Hey everyone, and welcome back to Girl Talking Grace with Dee, where we are part of Women of Courage encouraging other women. We're beginning a brand new journey together. It is called the Stewardship Series, Foundations Before Authority. I think stewardship is like one of the most misunderstood words in church sometimes. And that's why I wanted to bring this up. Thought it would be a really great topic for us to talk about. Because most people hear the word stewardship and they can immediately think about money, budgets, offerings, but stewardship is so much bigger than just finances. For instance, you ever have one of those days where you stayed busy all day and somehow still felt unproductive? Like you answered messages, you started cleaning one thing and then created two more messes, or reheated the same cup of coffee 3 times, or one of my favorites where I walk into a room and then I forgot why I even walked in there. And let's just say maybe some things feel like you're just going through the motions, through the routine. And by the end of the day, you're wondering what actually happened. What did you even accomplish? See, I think a lot of people are living spiritually like that. Not evil, not rebellious, just drifting. Busy, but disconnected. Constantly reacting instead of intentionally living. And the scary thing is about drifting is that you usually don't even realize it while it's happening. That's why Ecclesiastes hits me so deeply. Because Solomon, he had wisdom, success, wealth, influence, accomplishments, and yet you hear him saying, meaningless, meaningless, everything is meaningless, or hevel, or vanity, depending on what version you're reading. And I don't think that he was saying life had no value. I think he was revealing what life feels like when we lose intentional purpose. And when we try to do life disconnected from the one who gives life meaning. Because without God at the center, even success can still feel empty. So, what is stewardship? Stewardship is intentionally caring for what God already placed in your hands, whether it's your peace, your time, relationships, emotional health, your spiritual life, your purpose. All of it matters. Stewardship is not about having more. It's about being faithful with what you already have. A peaceful life does not happen accidentally. Healthy relationships, peace in your mind, those things don't happen accidentally. And even rest takes sometimes being intentional. And I find that some of us are praying for things that we are simultaneously neglecting. We pray for peace while feeling anxiety all day. We pray for purpose while living distracted. We pray for closeness while never even slowing down long enough to connect. Not putting that phone down. Not making date night. Not going to service on Sundays, or staying connected and being connected, being present while we're with them. Or you ever wake up saying, okay, today I'm going to be peaceful. Today I'm going to get it together and I'm going to start being more organized, spiritually mature. And then one little thing happens and suddenly all your peace leaves the building. And now your sanctification is being tested immediately. But stewardship is not perfection. It's awareness. It's paying attention to what God already entrusted to you instead of emotionally drifting through life. Healthy things usually do not grow accidentally. They grow intentionally. And one thing that I love about pine trees is that they grow upward towards the light. They don't spread wide, trying to steal all the sunlight from everything around them. They grow rooted, intentional, focused upwards. And as they grow, they slowly drop branches that no longer support healthy growth. God does that too. He does that with us. He starts pruning unhealthy habits, unhealthy reactions, distractions, bitterness, emotional chaos, things that no longer support who he's calling us to become. See, God is not punishing you, but maybe he's pruning you. And I have found that you don't have to become perfect overnight to begin stewarding your life well. Healing is a process. Growth is a process. Stewardship is a process. And sometimes God heals us while we are learning how to intentionally care for what he's already placed in our hands and in our life. And over the next few episodes, we're going to talk about some of the areas that we're called to steward well. Things like our voice, our influence, our calling, our faithfulness in hidden seasons, and the courage that God develops through stewardship. Because before God expands influence publicly, he often develops us privately first. And maybe stewardship is not about having everything perfectly together. Maybe stewardship is simply refusing to keep drifting. And this whole series is really about becoming, growing roots before fruit, learning how to live intentionally, learning how to steward what God already placed in our hands. Those foundations matter. Thank y'all for joining me today on Girl Talking Grace with Dee, where we're a part of Women of Courage, encouraging other women. I'm Dee, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next episode. Until then, keep growing, keep stewarding, and keep reaching towards the light.